It was supposed to be a routine flight. Delta Airlines Flight 4819, operated by Endeavour Air, departed from Minneapolis, Minnesota on a chilly February afternoon, its destination Toronto Pearson International Airport in Canada. The Mitsubishi CRJ900LR, a regional jet designed for short-haul flights, carried 76 passengers and 4 crew members. Among them were business travelers, families returning from vacations, and individuals eager to reach their destination. The flight was uneventful, a smooth journey across the border. As the plane approached Toronto, the weather took a turn. Snow began to fall, casting a white veil over the cityscape. The winds picked up, creating a sense of unease among the passengers. Little did they know that their routine flight was about to turn into a terrifying ordeal. As the plane descended through the heavy snow, the passengers could sense the turbulence. The plane began to shake, a sign of the strong winds buffeting the aircraft. The landing gear was deployed, the familiar thump reverberating through the cabin. The plane touched down on runway 23 at Toronto Pearson International Airport. But something was wrong. The landing was rough, the plane bouncing back into the air momentarily. The rear landing gear, designed to bear the weight of the aircraft upon touchdown, had failed. It buckled under the pressure, sending a shockwave through the plane. Passengers gripped their armrests, their hearts pounding. The plane, now unstable and careening off the runway, skidded across the tarmac at a terrifying speed. Sparks flew as the metal fuselage scraped against the ground. The right wing, unable to withstand the immense stress, sheared off in a fiery explosion. The plane, now a mangled wreck, continued to skid, its momentum carrying it forward. It rolled over completely, coming to a rest upside down. The cabin was plunged into darkness, the air thick with the smell of jet fuel and the sound of screams. The crash sent shockwaves through the airport and beyond. Emergency crews rushed to the scene, fearing the worst. A wave of relief washed over them as they saw movement inside the overturned plane. Passengers were alive. They were trapped inside the wreckage, but they were alive. The evacuation began immediately. Passengers, dazed and disoriented, were helped out of the plane through emergency exits. Some had suffered minor injuries, cuts and bruises from the impact. Others were more seriously hurt, nursing broken bones and head injuries. Miraculously, all 80 passengers and crew members survived the crash. Their stories of survival are harrowing tales of courage and luck. One passenger, a young woman traveling with her family, described the moment of impact. "It felt like we hit a brick wall," she said, her voice trembling. "The next thing I knew, we were upside down and everything was dark." Another passenger, a businessman on his way to a meeting, spoke of the chaos inside the plane. "People were screaming, crying, praying," he said. "It was like a nightmare." The stories of survival are a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the quick thinking of both the passengers and the first responders. Section 5. Emergency Response and Investigation. The emergency response was swift and efficient. Firefighters, paramedics, and police officers swarmed the crash site, working tirelessly to evacuate passengers and provide medical attention. Within minutes, the injured were being transported to local hospitals, while those with minor injuries were treated at the scene. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada, or TSB, immediately launched an investigation into the cause of the crash. Investigators will examine the wreckage, analyze the plane's black box recordings, and interview the crew and passengers to determine what went wrong. Section 6. Statements from officials. In the aftermath of the crash, officials expressed their gratitude that there were no fatalities. Delta CEO Ed Bastian released a statement expressing his relief and thanking the first responders for their heroic efforts. "We are incredibly grateful that all of our customers and crew members are safe following this incident," Bastian said. "Our hearts are with those who were injured and we are committed to providing them with the support they need." Toronto Pearson CEO Deborah Flint also issued a statement, praising the airport's emergency response team and expressing her sympathy for those affected by the crash. Section 7. Understanding the crash expert analysis. Aviation experts have been quick to point out that the fact that there were no fatalities in such a severe crash is extraordinary. While the investigation is ongoing, initial analysis suggests that the weather conditions, particularly the strong winds, likely played a role in the crash. The failure of the rear landing gear is a serious concern, and investigators will be looking into whether it was caused by a mechanical failure or some other factor. The fact that the right wing separated from the plane suggests that the aircraft experienced significant structural stress during the crash. Experts also note that the design of modern aircraft, with their strong fuselages and multiple safety features, is a major factor in improving survivability in crashes. Section 8. The importance of safety measures. The crash of Delta Flight 4819 serves as a stark reminder of the importance of airline safety measures. While incidents like this are rare, they underscore the need for passengers to be prepared for the unexpected. Passengers are reminded to pay close attention to the safety briefing before takeoff and to follow the instructions of the flight crew in the event of an emergency. Staying calm and following instructions can make a life-or-death difference in a crash situation. Section 9. A miracle in Toronto. The crash of Delta Flight 4819 will be remembered as a miracle in Toronto. Despite the severity of the crash, the plane flipping over and catching fire, all 80 people on board survived. It is a testament to the skill of the pilots, the quick thinking of the crew, the bravery of the passengers, and the dedication of the first responders that what could have been a tragedy turned into a story of survival. The incident serves as a reminder that even in the face of disaster, hope and resilience can prevail.